All right, guys. So we are here with another episode of Paving the Way. And as you can see, I have my beautiful wife, Kelsey, with me. The last episode, we got to do a recap with JJ on our TCS Inner Circle retreat down in Naples. And today, we are diving in with Kelsey on her perspective of the TCS Inner Circle Winter Retreat. Let's get started. All right, hopefully you've got all the jitters out of you because you've been like Miss Giggles over here trying to get this thing underway.
I mean, we got cool mics. We got a cool little display going on.
Yeah, we're trying to step our game up here.
I got a
cup. Trying to step it up. You got a cup. Is there anything in the cup?
Yeah.
Is it allowed to be drank at work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just making sure.
It's good stuff.
Just make sure. Can't smell it from over here, so I'm not sure. I got a cup. I got a cup in a cup. Can in a cup.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, it works.
Can I see you do it?
I'm not drinking out of that.
Oh, okay.
No, it would make a mess.
Okay.
It'd be horrible. Horrible. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. So, you were there when we got to do JJ's recap.
Yep.
Right? We did that from the couch.
From the couch.
From the couch
Casting
in the
couch.
the couch in the hotel room. And he gave a lot of insight. Obviously, he's come to a handful of the retreats. You've come to all of them with me so far, but this was your first one that you actually sat in on everything, right?
Yes. Sat in for all of it. Yes.
Yeah. So, I guess just a little bit. And obviously, I mean, we're talking about the Top Contractor School Inner Circle Retreat. We're not doing this as a plug for TCS or anything like that, but Top Contractor School has been an integral part of our lives, personally, but also professionally. Mm-hmm. So, just from your perspective, what are these retreats like? Not just this one in particular, but just in general. What do you think these retreats are like? How would you describe them?
Like family. You get to see a lot of people that you don't get to see throughout the year. Mm-hmm. And truthfully, I mean, everyone's welcome each other with hugs and kisses and snuggles. I'm just kidding. No, everyone's very welcoming with each other, and it's just coming home.
Yeah.
You get to see everyone and see how they've been doing and catch up. And I think you even mentioned in your podcast with JJ, the Callaways. It took them 2.5 hours just to get back to their room because they were just welcoming everyone, just checking in, and you're excited to see everyone. Yeah. So definitely, it's like family. It's like coming home, get to see everyone.
Yeah, getting home for the holidays.
Yeah,
coming home for the holidays. And so we do them the retreats are every 6 months, right? And then they started last year. They started doing, I guess in 2023, they started doing the quarterly meetups. Well, it's not really quarterly meetups. It's like in between each retreat. Yeah. Right. So they've got the spring meetup and the fall meetup because we do a winter retreat and a summer retreat.
Correct.
So, and you went to one of the meetups last year, right?
I went in fall.
Yes, you came to the fall one. So that was your first experience really participating in any of the TCS stuff.
Yes.
How was that experience for you?
I think people realized I don't really have a filter, and they learned a lot about you.
Oh yeah? Yeah. What did they learn about me through you?
Through me? I don't know. You probably have to ask like Cisco or Keith Calloway Jr. or something. I mean, I ended up walking away with I don't know. I think it was the MVP of the event. Thank you. I think it was something like that, and I got a little prize.
Why do you think you got that prize, Kels?
Because I was very open.
Yeah, what'd you tell them?
Nothing bad. I mean, I talked a lot. I was very just forthcoming with how we do things, or me and you in our relationship, or how I see our company going, or like the different topics that we did. For one, it was the culture and how we do things here, or a lot of it was how me and you communicate with each other and how we're doing together. So obviously, that's how we got the Total Boss logo for that. But
Total Boss. We have talked about the Total Boss on the podcast a little bit, haven't we?
We have.
So did you have any questions about the Total Boss at this retreat?
No, actually I didn't.
Nobody brought it up, huh?
I mean, they would just refer to, oh, hey, Total Boss is coming through, like that. But no, I didn't know questions about it.
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head when you said it is like family getting together. And heck, I know that I told people, I was talking with Bill Ryman about, just how much getting together with this group and with these folks means, because it's hard finding other individuals that are business owners, right? Because you've already narrowed your pool if you're looking for other business owners. Because most people are not business owners.
But now you got to narrow it down again.
Yeah, now you're narrowing down that narrowed pool to business owners who are striving for growth and, progress and, improvement and things like that. And so getting yourself in a room like that, like I said, I mean, I can be the person, anybody who knows me in TCS or in general, like I can be the person to just challenge everything, challenge the status quo, challenge the rules, challenge the reasonings, the whys, all that stuff. And in those challenges, I always do it with as much, love and pure intent as possible.
Yeah.
And I think over the last, it's been going on 5 years now that I've been involved with the organization. I think it's finally all starting to really start to click, like where it really does feel like family, as opposed to just a group of people you kind of know them a little bit. You see them every now and then, you talk to them here and there. They're on the Zoom calls, but really actually just like sharing life with people. Yeah. I mean, there were so many freaking kids at this retreat. Like there was 3 babies.
Yes. Like
little babies that came. There was others like Keith and Becca, their little boy. She wasn't able to make it. But I mean, there was, I think it was like 3 babies that were there.
I mean, Brian and Lori, she's, 5 weeks old now, but I mean, she's tiny.
Yep. So it was a lot of fun. And the fact that people are bringing their families to this, because that's something I really think is important in groups like that, is there's a lot of groups and associations and, whatever you want to call them, that people are a part of that they would not bring their families to those events. Not because it's not inclusive of them, but because it's not an environment that you would want your family in. And the fact that we're building a network and a group of individuals that, yes, we can have fun. We all have a good time.
Yes.
Like there's no denying that. We eat good, we drink good, we sleep good, we play hard, everything like that. But it really is, and so many of the people there are like building businesses for their families, or they're part of a family business or things like that. So to be a part of something that has so much of a family background to it is really special, So, but no. So we can jump into your recap of this retreat.
Okay. So
your first one that you've sat in and taken part of, how would you say this one was? What was your thoughts on it?
My thoughts?
Yep.
Well, the whole topic was personal excellence, right? So I think it was very well encompassed on that topic. I mean, I feel like everyone, obviously that was the topic of the whole conversation. I don't know. I guess it got me reflecting more on my personal excellence, our personal excellence, what we do together here in Proline, figuring out my role here fully. And again, this is a huge transition for me this year. I mean, going from nursing now to me and you are working together kind of situation. It's a big jump. And me and you have always been very, like, I don't know, I think we talked about it last night, like goal-oriented, or just we always strive for the next thing. And I'm huge on education. So, I mean, for me in nursing, it was always like, oh, what education else can I do now? I'm certified in case management and I have a bachelor's degree. So what other thing can I do? So coming into the business aspect, what else can I do? So there's always something more I want to do, just in general. So I think that was my big takeaway from the I keep calling it retreat. I keep getting meetups retreat.
Well, you're meeting up at the retreat.
At the retreat.
Right? So
the retreat was my big takeaway of just trying to figure out what I want to do throughout all that, or what else more I can do. Because you know me, I'm always like, I already have a lot to do, but I'm like, can I do a little bit more? You got anything else I can put on my plate right now?
Yep. I know. I know it.
So that was my big takeaway from the retreat.
What would you say was one of your highlights of the weekend?
Literally the first thing that just popped in my head was talking to Lillian. That was the first thing, her head. You're welcome, Lillian. Just popped right in there.
Why was that a highlight?
she's the mama of the group. She's the mama, and she's got stuff going around too. So if I could be that person, or just in one conversation for her to offload a bit, when a lot of people offload onto her,
Yep.
that made me happy. So Lillian was the first thing that popped
That
in
was
my
the
head.
highlight, huh?
Yeah,
Well, there
that
you
was my
go.
highlight.
She definitely is the mama of the
She's
group.
family.
Yes,
She's the mama.
Yep. She has a big family. She comes from a big family.
Mm-hmm.
She has a big family.
Large family.
She's the mom of K&L Industries. Like, everybody knows her as she can love you and give you all the grace, love, mercy in the world. But boy, if you do something wrong, she gonna tell you how it is.
She'll let you know.
Yes. Yes. And then Keith Sr., her husband, is he would be the wise father of the group, I would say. Mm-hmm. He provides a lot of insight and wisdom, and is able to really listen well. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that he does a lot of, is listen. Kind of like you said, Lillian listens to a lot of people. A lot of people kind of offload onto her. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of the guys and things like that will talk to Keith and really try to seek insight and wisdom from him too. So, yeah, I would definitely agree that talking with them is always a blessing.
Yes.
So
I enjoy it every time.
Yeah, yeah. So on the night that, and this is gonna sound
Gosh, what you thinking over there?
well, I'm gonna talk about me.
I mean, you do that a lot, but
No, I don't. I'm a very
what you got there,
humble
Daniel?
guy. So it's on social media, so it's not a secret or whatever. But I was presented with an award on that Friday night.
Yeah, where is it?
Well, it's not here with us right now. So, but I'm curious from your perspective. And again, this isn't, I said I'm going to talk about me. But I'm just curious to know, because we never actually talked about this, is what is it that goes through your head when your spouse, who you're sitting right next to, is sitting there getting talked about and then gets presented an award and things like that? Like, is it embarrassing? Is it awkward? Is it exciting? Is it like, what do you do? Because like, the reason I'm asking this, so I reached out to Jenna, who, for those of you who don't know, Jenna pretty much like puts these whole retreats together. Like, she helps like run TCS pretty much. And I reached out to her because, and we'll get into this a little bit more, but basically I'm really trying to work on leadership a lot. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to think back, like when I got presented the award, I'm like, okay, like what was being said about me? Like what did Brian say when he presented it? And I'm like, why did I get the award? And I've been trying to think about it for the last like almost week now.
And you're now just talking to me about it?
Well, but I've been trying to figure this out, and I'm like, what was even said that I deserve it or I won it? And then I was like, what did I even say when I got it? Because I don't even remember that.
Why didn't you even record it? I just watched you go up there.
I know, but I reached out to Jenna and I said, hey, this is not at all meant to be conceited or arrogant. Yeah. I said, but do you by chance have a recording of when I got presented the award and like what Brian said and what I said? And like I said, the whole reason is I am trying to work on leadership stuff. Mm-hmm. And the award I got it's not a leadership award, but it relates to leading and things like that.
Well, tell us what it was.
It was an award.
Oh, okay.
And so I was trying, but for the life of me, Kelsey, like I literally can't remember anything that was said. And I had no idea I was getting the award. So it's not like I was like, had nerves or like was stressed about, oh gosh, I got to go talk in front of people. But it's like everything that was said was like literally just blocked out. And I have no idea why. So I asked for that. But I'm curious to know, like, do you remember what was said? Do you remember how you felt? Because all I remember for me is I walked up and got it and I came back and sat down. And that was about it.
No, I don't remember what you said. But also our house is like Alzheimer's. So we don't remember things well.
Our memory is not the greatest.
No, it's not. But no, I was not embarrassed when you went up there. Let's just point that out right now. Really, I was just like, like Ferris Bueller when he's just like, yeah. Like he puts his arm up, Or is that, no, that's not Ferris Bueller. That's Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club at the end. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to correct myself. You don't do movies, so you probably don't even know what that is.
No idea what you're talking about.
Okay, well, it's just like a yeah, like he got it. Good for him. Like, go Daniel. I'm proud of you. And we're going to keep doing this. Can you at least do one for me? Yeah, okay.
Little fist bumps?
Yeah, little fist bumps.
Jersey Shore?
Yeah, I like it. So, I mean, no, it's I'm like, who's gonna get this? Who's gonna get this? And then when he starts talking about it, I'm like, could this be? So like Mike behind us, his commentary the whole time, that's probably what my brain was. He's like, ooh, I think this was Daniel. Daniel, right? Ooh, nope. Maybe it could be this person over here. Nope, I think it's Daniel. And then when they said the phrase, real good friend versus feel good friend. So let me have a question. Did you quote that, or is that from a book, or is that something you've said, or where did that come from?
I mean, I'm sure it's been said before. I've never quoted that. I think that was a Brianism. I think Brian started that one. Lots
of isms.
Yeah.
But no, I'm proud of you. And that's really what just goes in my brain, is just like, yeah, he got that.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. And like I said, like in all genuineness, there was no like I was asking that to just get an attaboy or a pat on the back, because it is something that's just like kind of interesting. Like I talked about, it's a family thing that we go to, and so people bring their spouses, their kids, all this stuff. And man, it is so cool though when I get to see other people getting awards or recognition or stepping out of their comfort zones. Like Bill Ryman. Him and Nate Swink did an episode of their podcast, the Top Contractor Podcast, on stage.
Live on.
Well, it wasn't aired live,
but it was live to us.
It was live to all of us. Yeah, there was no real script. They had an outline of what they were going to talk about, but that was about it. But Bill had told us, and I didn't even know any of this. He said that he had been asked to give a presentation or be on stage before, and he had originally turned it down. He's like, nah, that ain't for me. Well, one of his goals for this year was to get on a stage, and so. Like, that was cool.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah.
So, he was so nervous, too.
But I would have never known.
I would have
never known. But yeah, him and Nate killed it. But like the fact that like Liz got to be there and watch it, support him and stuff like that. Like, I guess that's really just the whole point of what I'm getting at, is like getting awards, recognition, opportunity to shine, whatever you want to call it. But getting to have your family there, right? Because you can go get an award, there's really nobody there except people in the audience to clap for you. Like, yeah, they're your peers and they're like family and they're happy for you, but it's different when you've got like the people you're going home with, whether it's from your company, your house, whatever it may be. So yeah, I really like the fact that it is a very inclusive environment with that. So that was Friday night. Now we get into Saturday. Okay. All day Saturday. We had all day.
Yes, because Friday was the dinner to start everything off.
Yep, the welcome dinner, cocktail hour, all that stuff. So.
And Saturday's the nitty gritty.
Saturday we got down to it. So in all of that, like I said, there was a lot of talk, and I know in past ones I've told you that, like the one we had in Vegas last year, my feedback on that was, man, like a lot of the content we had was really relevant or like relatable to like our weekly calls, like just our normal stuff that we kind of talk about. So it didn't, I don't want to say it didn't have like the wow factor, but it was like, okay, like it was good. Like it was good reinforcement of things. But I think there's maybe different things that we can do also. So this one was not at all about the weekly stuff. Okay. Like, so it was more just actual like personal excellence and development and like what kind of leaders to be. So I guess if off the top of your head, I know we don't have any notes or anything like that you had taken, but like, what were some of the things that you got out of Saturday? What were some of the highlights of Saturday being in the room all day?
Oh gosh, you're really putting me on the spot, because like I feel like I already encompassed the whole topic. I don't know.
So what do you think about the reticular activating system?
Oh, okay. So that I would say pushed my brain on that one. So you want to give a little recap or again of what that is?
You could tell me what it is.
Okay, so my perspective, basically, if I'm going down the road and I just bought a new Jeep Wrangler, because that's what I have, now I'm going to go down the road and see all the Jeep Wranglers possibly out there. So that's just, your brain just highlights and it sees everything. So tomorrow if I go get a BMW or a Honda or whatever, I'm going to start seeing that particular car. Yeah. So from my understanding, this is the RAS is what it's, right?
Yeah, reticular
activating system is what Ed brought up. And he's saying basically you need to start training your mind or pushing like things that you want to accomplish or to do in your mind constantly, so you can start seeing it, just like the Jeep that I'm seeing down the road. Was kind of what I got out of it, or the gist of what I got out of it. So pushing your brain to make those happen, make that happen. Yeah, for sure. That's what I got.
Yeah. So you brought up Ed Milet,
right?
Got
to see him.
Yeah, so you obviously know that he's been somebody who's been very impactful in my life, very influential, whether it's through his book, podcast, things like that. I've seen him speak a couple of times. So you've heard me talk about him.
Yes.
What was your thoughts of Ed when you got to hear him talk? And now, granted, I will say his talk he did there was not like his normal talks. Like normally he burns the stage down and he's like getting everybody ready to go run through brick walls. This one was more like a fireside chat is what they kind of considered it, whereas a casual conversation, Q&A, and things like that. So what was your take on this guy that I've listened to for years and told you he's got all this great insight, knowledge, and all that stuff? What was your take?
I think he had a lot of great stories. I mean, he was very long-winded on some things, which some people like and some people don't. I appreciated it. I enjoyed his stories and everything he talked about. And I could tell when you said he burns down the stage or whatever you said, that he constantly wants to stand up and walk around.
Yeah.
So you could tell he did not want to be sitting down having a chat. He starts like moving to the front, moving to the back, just moving all around and walking back and forth. But... no, I really did enjoy his talk, but the big thing, like I said, that I came out of it thinking was the RAS, which look at that, the little Finny walking around. We got our little doggy over here.
Yeah.
But oh gosh,
getting his bed ready over here.
He is. Yeah. But the RAS and gosh, you good? You need to focus. You want to bring him back over here?
He's trying to dig a hole in the bed.
Oh gosh! I mean, I could lay him right here. He'd probably just stare and say hello.
No.
Was that, and then his experience with his dad. He had a lot of stories about his dad.
Yep.
So I enjoyed listening to that in particular.
Good. Yeah, it was a cool experience to get to see him like that in a more intimate setting and things like that. Mm-hmm. So
we realize they're more of like people put people on pedestals all the time, and I mean he's just a regular old dude, just telling us his life story, just like you or me. Yeah. So he might just have a little bit more in his pocket and a lot more experience, but
the experience he's got a lot of
it,
a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom to share and things like that.
But at the end of the day, he has a family and he's just a dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a dude who's supposed to help a bunch of people and have fun while he's doing it.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, so that was Saturday.
Yep.
So that was a brief recap of Saturday. Then
Sunday.
Let's see, Sunday.
Yep. What you looking at me like that?
Sunday is always a fun day at these retreats.
Sunday,
right?
Fun day.
Yeah. So just for those of you who has yet to attend one of the retreats, we won't go into all the details about it, but we get an opportunity to share kind of what our one takeaway was from the weekend. Yep. Right. And so you got to share what your takeaway or like your word or things like that, like the best describe, like if you do like one word or a hyphenated word. Some people do a hyphenated word.
They do.
If you could best describe, like your one worded takeaway of this weekend, tell us what yours was and why. My
word was push. And I kind of already went over a little bit of what I got out of the retreat was just the personal excellence of that and what I need to do or what I determined what I need to do or we need to do, reflecting that. So ironically, me and Nick Abruzzi had the same word. Yeah,
you did.
He had it first, and I was like, dang you. And I was really considering changing my word, but I was like, you know what? No, we're going to stick with the push because it does apply to me. So my thing was I just need to push myself to figure out, like I said, personally, professionally, just to try and figure out what more I can do, what else I can do, what I need to do to push myself. Yeah, is the gist of what my word was.
So why do you want to do that? Why do you want to push yourself?
Because it's who I am. It's engraved in me that I just need to constantly push. Like I said, whether it's education that I just want to do something else, it's like I don't want to sit still. I can't just do that. Like, I move around a lot internally in my brain. I'm just kidding. But no, it's just I just felt like I needed to do more and to either speak out for what I want to do, figure out, like I said, more in more my role here at Proline of what I can do, or in leadership, or just in general, just personal development, and with me and you too. So just pushing everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could tell, and I think everybody could tell that it hit, like it really clicked with you. And that was cool. I mean, like, we've been married 8 years and been together for 10. And like, that was probably one of the, I don't want to say one of the rare times, one of the few times where I could tell like something was really like, you really meant that.
I did. Well, I do. Still do.
Yeah. And I thought that was like really cool that you got to have one of those experiences at this event with these people who, like we said earlier, kind of keeps pushing all of us to keep growing and digging into the stuff that really matters. Right?
Well, and I think someone who's not there doesn't realize the intensity of the group or the openness of the group. I mean, you've got, majority men. There's probably only 10 females in the group.
Yeah.
In that area.
Yeah.
Ish. Yeah. So majority of it are men, and just in general, to have men open up like that or cry or you get tearing up too when you have, especially probably after I had my conversation or my word in that group. But people are very open and honest, and like I said, there's tons of hugs and cuddles and kisses. It's just what it is.
I ain't kissing anybody. I don't know who you're kissing, but it ain't me. So I don't know.
So it's just, it opens up that vulnerability of the group. It's just there.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is something that, like I said, it was very special to get to share that with you, because, like we've talked about, like, this is now something, how many months are we in? Like 4 or 6 months?
I think I started in September.
Yeah, beginning of September full time. Yep. So yeah, about 4 or 5 months ish. And this is something that we are getting to really push ourselves and build together, and like create this thing. So when those people are pulling you through the hard times, the good times, everything in between, it's just something that is really special. And to have a group like that. And then when I was out the other day with Ben and Randy, not Rodney. Randy. If y'all don't know who Rodney is, ask us. We'll tell you. But when I was out with him the other day, and I was just having some real conversations with him and just getting like honest with him. Like, we got to have some one-on-one, one-on-two time, just out of the office, doing some site visit stuff.
Truck talk.
And yeah, truck talk. And I was telling him, I was like, guys, like, sometimes like this stuff just isn't easy. It's not always fun. It's not always sunshine and rainbows and all that stuff. And I talked, because this week, like, they got to tell I was a little short the other day and stuff like that, which is something I'm working on, trying to do better about that.
Good job.
Minimally, I take ownership of it and apologize when I'm wrong. But
core value.
That's right. Core value, take ownership. And so I told him, I was like, yeah, guys, I said, sometimes like just that's the reality of it. It's just hard. And I think it was Ben that asked me, he goes, well, when it's hard, like, why do you keep going? Like, nobody's making you. Yeah. You don't have to. And I, without even hesitating, I turned around and said, because of you. Because of you and Randy and everybody else at the company. I said, you guys all count on me to show up whether or not I feel like it. And that got us into a whole lot of a conversation later about the difference between like discipline and motivation and how those two things go hand in hand. But I guess my whole point of all this is just that I wish more people, whether you are a business owner or you're not, I wish more people knew what it's like. Because, we all know the old saying, it must be nice, right?
I hate that
I
saying.
absolutely despise it. Because now if you tell me it must be nice, I'm going to look at your face and say, you're damn straight it's nice. Because I've worked my ass off.
And our office knows not to say that.
Anybody around us knows that that's just not a word or a phrase that we say. But so many people say that. It's like, oh, you own a business, you can do whatever you want. Or, oh, it must be nice to be the boss or this or that. And don't get me wrong, it's great. It is fantastic. The impact we get to make, the influence that we carry, the opportunities that we can create. There is a lot of fantastic things about owning and running a business. But there is also the side that people just don't hear about. Jay Duran, we're going to publish or put out what he wrote while he was there. But basically, in summary, it was a lot of basically you just do a lot of this alone. You work alone, you cry alone, you think alone. Like you do all this stuff and you show up when nobody else will. And you do it for everybody else because you know that they count on you.
Yeah.
And so it's just something that's, I guess it really just kind of resonated with me this weekend. And I think it's because our business is at a point where it's starting to shift. And I've talked with some people about it, is I've always been kind of a natural, like, lead by doing. Okay. Like I've been a doer to lead. So, like, I'm going to lead the way by doing what I need everyone else to help me do. Mm-hmm. Well, now we have a team. Like, we have a team built of people who want to do the things.
And can.
Yes, they want to and can do the things. And so now, as the leader of the team, I'm like, well, how do I lead if I'm not doing? And so it's kind of figuring out that, like, okay, a new role and how to make these things happen. So it's a big shift. And I'm, to bring this all full circle with you coming into the company and continuing to work and be a part of the retreats and things like that. Like, us getting to grow this together is just super, super fun. And
I agree.
Yeah. So it's, yeah. You have anything to say? Otherwise, I'm just going to keep going down a rabbit hole here. So,
what was your favorite food of the retreat?
we got to get to that point, okay?
Just kidding.
You just like derailed that right
you
off.
Asked.
Right
well,
off.
Otherwise, you're going to go down the rabbit hole.
Golly. Well, no, I have to ask you that. That's a question I have to ask you. What your favorite food was?
So am I asking, or will you have to wait?
Yeah, nope. We're off the deep stuff. We're now back to surface level.
I mean, we can go deep. I mean, if you want to figure out, watch your facial expressions there, sir. Oh, gosh. I mean, we can really go deep into this food thing. I mean, what kind of toppings do you like? Do you like?
No. What are you doing? This is nuts, guys. We've lost the podcast. It's gone. No, I do have to ask you in all seriousness, though, because I did get tested on this.
Okay.
What was your favorite food of the weekend at the retreat?
Okay. So I did watch your podcast because I was there. So I do know what your response was. Mm-hmm. So, yes, my go-to usually is breakfast is my favorite food because it is. But I'm in between. I really did pick those waffles because that was like a big hot waffle just came out of the waffle maker, and I put tons of butter and syrup on it. It was delicious.
Yeah.
But also, that turkey was bomb. Like, that was good.
You did say you liked the turkey.
Yeah. That was good.
You and JJ both ate a lot of that turkey. I think he ate all the turkey, actually.
Yeah, they didn't have any more when I went back. He ate the whole thing.
Ate the whole damn turkey.
Wouldn't even share. I wanted a wing, nothing.
So what do I get on that one? Because my answer was breakfast food.
I mean,
what
they're
I
both
went
good,
with.
so I'll give you it because you know me and breakfast. You said breakfast, and that is my favorite. Like, just food in general. Kelsey's favorite food, breakfast.
So I got something going.
Yeah, you got it good. Oh. I liked it.
And then the other question.
Okay.
What was the favorite drink of the weekend? I mean, being at a resort in Florida, we did have some drinks.
Yeah.
So what was the favorite drink that you had?
He did get it right.
Who's he?
JJ mentioned the drink I had.
He asked me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Oh, well,
he asked me.
JJ.
He was a test for me. It's like the old like married thing, like you put the shoe up or like which one. Yeah.
No, I really do enjoy the espresso martinis, but I also really enjoy my Chardonnay. So they're real good.
You just can't make up your mind, can you?
I like lots of things.
Oh, okay. Well, so overall, how would you say, scale of 1 to 10 of the retreat? 1 being you wish you never would have gone. 10 being like you're super happy that you went and look forward to the next one. What would you rate it?
Well, I always look forward to the next one. So I would say like an 8.5 just because the weather.
You can't blame the weather on the retreat and vice versa.
But if you're saying the whole thing in general, then I'm going to say an 8.5 over the whole thing.
Okay.
Over a full-on experience of like the enjoyment I had talking to everyone, I'd say it was a 10. Like, I had a really good time. I enjoy seeing everyone. I learned a lot. I'm excited to see everyone in March or April whenever we do our meetup.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's good stuff.
Me too.
What did you rate it? Did you even rate it in the last podcast,
No.
JJ? All right, so same question to you.
I'd say it was a solid 9 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why not a 10?
Well, there's always room for improvement.
You could say that with anything.
Correct.
So would you never give a 10 for anything because there's always room for improvement?
I mean, if there was literally nothing I could ever think of to improve.
So what is your improvement? What can you think to improve it?
I mean,
You wanted to go deep. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't know. I think having like the workshop style stuff that we've done at the retreats, where it's more interactive and conversational, I think a lot of people get a lot of benefit out of that.
Yeah.
But I also think that having more of the presentation style is good too. So a good mix of that. And it sounds like there may be some things coming down the pipe to maybe incorporate some more of that workshop style interaction at the retreats. So, because I know, I mean, I say it all the time. Every new person that comes in to the group that I get to talk to, I say, show up on the weekly calls, participate in the conversations, get yourself plugged in. You know, people always ask me, well, what's up with this Brian Hess guy? And I'm like, Brian's a good dude, great guy, super smart, had a huge dream to put this together. I said, but he's not the value, like he's not the thing of this group. I said the group is the value. The people in the group, your peers in the network, that's where you're going to get your most value. Don't think that you have to go to Brian for all of your answers. The people around you will provide them.
It's a lot of knowledge in that group
yeah,
you can get out of.
Yeah, and he's done a fantastic, I mean, I'll give credit where it's due all day long, that Brian's put a fantastic group of people together for a really solid reason. But yeah, the group is just so full of knowledge and love and just care and concern for each other. I mean, there's guys in there that I sometimes argue with like a brother, but you know, I'd turn around and I'd do anything for him that I can. So, but yeah, I think that'd be like the main thing I would say as far as like an improvement, like suggestion. If I put something in a box, suggestion box, it would be just more interactive. Like structured interactive, not just free for all, just hang out and talk, but actual like structured conversations and like workshop style stuff. So, but it sounds like some things like that maybe on the horizon. So we'll see what happens on the next one.
I like it.
Yep. So, well, awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This has been the TCS Winter Retreat recap with Kelsey. We're obviously trying out a new setup here. Probably not going to necessarily be like this on every one of them, but nonetheless, we're trying to mix things up a little bit and keep it fresh for you guys. So, as always, reach out. Let us know if you need anything. I'll go ahead and pull the JJ on this. Like, share, subscribe. See you on the next one.